Today, I want to start my most ambitious project ever, turning this ocean into an emerald factory, fully equipped with a raid farm and villager housing. But first, I need to grab these and throw them into here. And well, now we have to fall. Okay, first and only totem I'm ever activating in this world. And yes, that means I'm no longer gonna use any totems in my world. If I die, I die. I got right to work building up the raid farm. This design is by Raceworks and makes around 35,000 emeralds an hour. And the raid farm is all completed, and it's an ugly mess right now, but I have a plan to fix that later. But I gotta head back to my storage room, grab some dirt and stone, and start working on some terrain. Wow, this island looks like an absolute mess, but this is just one of those projects where you gotta trust the process. And that means I'm gonna leave the terrain for now because I want to start working on the actual build. Gathering up a ton of deep slate, a bunch of granite, and a bit of warped wood. And that's all the wool I need, and now I just have two things left to gather. First one is I need 10 shulker boxes of raw copper. And the second one is 2 stacks of green frog lights. And maybe this was a little bit unsmart, but I don't have a frog light farm yet. That's next episode. Frogs! Yes, okay. Oh, frog spawn. No, I destroyed it. Well, this won't take as long because there's like 20 of them. And now we just have to find a cold biome that's also a basalt delta. Or close to one at least. And I mean, my portal is kind of close to one. Let's see if we can make this work with these 3. So 1, 2. You're gonna go get a lot of food. Oh, and they're so cute when they're following you on a lead. Can they not nom nom when they're on the lead maybe? Well, they're nom nomming now. Oh, it's a field day. Frog lights. Well, all the frog lights gather up, but I seem to have lost the wool. And you might be asking, Stam, how did you lose a bunch of wool? I have no idea. And yep, like I thought, I forgot it on my frog roof. It was gonna happen at some point, but I forgot to click record and I started building, which means I already have the first wall in. So while you can laugh at me in the comments, hopefully this gives a good scale of how big this build is gonna be. I still have 3 more walls to complete, so I should probably get to that. Well, we have a few more walls in now, but something's still missing. I think I need to connect that wall to that one as well. Otherwise, we're gonna have a massive hole in the factory. And we can't have a massive hole in the factory. Now, with all of the walls in, I think it's time that we start on the roof. And I want to do this little roof down here and, well, the one on the other side first. With that, the first side is complete, and now to the second one. And with that, both of the side roofs are complete, and I think we should fix this giant holes in my factory. Even though we fixed up the walls at the top, we still have 2 giant holes in the factory. And don't mind all the windows. For the walls of the side structures, I used a mix of stripped dark oak and dark oak planks, and some deep slate for extra details. For the roofs, I used a different tone of blue with some warped logs and planks with a bit of cyan wood. I also finished off the main roof and added in some frog lights for some highlights. Cool, the side buildings are now complete, and I gotta add a door to this one because I added this big gate here for them to like export things out of the factory, and don't mind the lighting inside of it for now, but I want to add like a curved garage door thing. It'll make sense once you see it. I started the door off by adding in a spruce beam, then extending out the garage door using a mix of spruce planks, stairs, and slabs to get a curved look. Okay, so the shape of this looks good, but it doesn't really make any sense. So if we come in with a bit of polished black stone and a few grindstones, we can add in a kind of gantry thing here, perhaps? So something like this, and let's add one more. Just like that, and I think that makes it look a little more realistic. And then I guess we can already do this and add in a few black carpets on top of these. And now you might be asking, Stam, why haven't you spawn-proofed anything else? Well, because I didn't think about it. And that means I need to spawn-proof all of this roofing somehow without making it look bad. But I'm gonna leave that as a future Stam problem because I gotta add in some windows because yeah, our factory is missing them. Even the big one back there. And something like this is what I'm thinking for the windows. Now I just gotta replicate this another 13 times. And what are you doing on my roof? Okay, the windows are in. but the front is looking a little bit weird so far. I think I want something sticking out, and I also want some pillars going up and supporting the whole build because it doesn't look that sturdy, and I've already prepared a little bit for some pillars up here, but let's maybe add a few more. So I'm thinking we start with a bit of deep slate, and then we can add some sort of pattern in it so it doesn't look too boring. We're just adding a few stairs upside down, and then the correct way, of course. Something just like this, and then that going all the way up. Okay, gotta say, this looks a lot better. Now I just gotta add in the one at the roof. For the roof support, I used some sandstone and frog lights to add a lighter tone before extending the deep slate across the roof. But to make it look a little bit sturdier, I want to add in a mud barrier at the bottom as well, which we can top off with a few deep slate bricks. And for these sides here, I'm thinking we add in a stair there, and then we'd run a slab line, and we'll top that off with a few carpets as well. Next up, I'm thinking we start designing some sort of pillar here in the front to kind of give a little bit of an overhang roof. So we're going to start this base off with a bunch of deep slate. And then we'll fill in with a bit of emerald block here just to show that this is an emerald factory. And then from this, we extend up a little bit of packed mud just to give a new little bit of a texture. And at the top here, we add in a few more deep slate details. And then for some final details, we add in a few verdant frog lights in the middle. And the second side is also complete. And before we add in the roof, let's extend an entrance staircase. And on top of this base, we'll add in some stone brick stairs along with a few slabs. And on the sides, we add a few more deep slate details, just like we've done through the rest of the build. And we'll finish up with adding a few anvils just for detail, because there's no point not using anvils. It's a great decoration block if you have an iron farm. And then we'll add some dark oak doors just to make the building look a little more grand before adding in our final part of the copper roof. And now for the last main feature of this build, I want to add in some sort of clock tower that will also act as like the chute for our items from the raid farm to drop into. The walls are now in, but they're missing a few blocks. So we'll come in with some smooth quartz right here. Also adding in a couple of frog lights just to mark out where the times are. And then on the front here, or well, on all of the sides, we can add a few little decorations just to make this look a little better. Not fall. Then on the front here, we'll add a few little details so it actually looks like there's a time right now. And add another brick wall and 2 fences. So the time would be 3 p.m. or 3 a.m. if it's night maybe. Up here at the top, we do something similar to what we did over at the Halloween build. And as it starts raining, we'll add in a trim of dark oak slabs. And then we add in just another copper roof, of course. This is the last little bit I have. And we're so close. The last copper block is right there. So there's like 4 more. And now we can place in the final copper blocks. And to finish off the bed, we'll stick a warp stair right on there. And it lined up perfectly. Could you imagine how annoying it would be if I have lined this up wrong and the bed wouldn't align with the clock tower? But with that, most of the outside is complete. I still want to decorate a little bit and add something above the door here. But we have to move on to the inside because it's completely empty. I also need to finish the train, but I need to do the... for this interior, I'm gonna need some stone, andesite, glowstone, and emeralds. The inside is looking a lot better now that I added in a floor, but it's still really dark if I do this. Yeah, I forgot that I needed to light this area because when I was designing it, I had gamma on 1500%. I'm very smart. I did, however, add a little bit of lighting in the floor, and I have some more lighting for these areas over here, and I also want to do something for the walls. I want to try to fit in some pillars and then have some emeralds maybe in between them. So that's good, but I think we need to extend these up and actually support the roof. Maybe add another row of emeralds at the top as well. Alright, that looks good. It looks like the roof is being a little bit more supported, but I gotta say, I gotta add in a second floor here. Next up, this farm needs a storage system, so if we pop up here, add in a dropper right on this block, with 2 hopper lines into that, place a cobweb to align all the items, a sticky piston, 1 observe facing down, and 1 facing up. Make a hole through our roof, and now we gotta hook this up to a storage system right here. And then on the back here, we add our quick storage system. It's a little ugly up there for now, but if we add some chains, that should be fine. Now, this should sort all of our items except non-stackables, which will come out right here. And we need to burn them because in that pile, there's totems and we're not using totems in this world, so they need to be burnt. And besides that area, which is going to be right there, and that is the last interior part that I'm going to do today. As on this side, I need to extend this out using a bridge that's going to lead over to our future villager housings, which means I have no idea how I'm going to do the interior. So for this dock here, I'm thinking we extend up a little bit of tuff. Then we can take some polished deep slate and give it some support. Extend in a floor with andesite and stone. And instead of having an open door, let's bring in some black stained glass and concrete. Alright, I replicated the same doors that I did on the outside here on the inside because I'm lazy and I don't want to do the rest of the interior now. I quickly have to finish up the terrain on a stream and then we can put some final touches on this. And the thing I dread the most, spawn roofing the roof. Next up, I need around 3 shulker boxes of tinted glass, which means I need around 1.5 boxes of glass and 6 boxes of amethyst shards. And I think I have an amethyst cluster. Yeah, right here. Okay, this might not take too long, so I think this is our best bet, and I gotta excavate this a little bit more. I am not getting enough charge from this, and this is gonna be so unrealistic. So I think we're gonna have to figure out another way to spawn proof the roof. I did a little bit of testing, and I think that gray stained glass is going to be our best choice. So instead of getting 6 shulker boxes of amethyst shards and around 1.5 boxes of glass, I need just 3 shulker boxes of gray stained glass instead. A lot easier. All of the glass acquired. Now I just need to get about 10 stacks of gray dye. And now we just need to craft all this glass into gray glass. And now I just have to place all the glass on top of the roof. And all of the glass is added in. And it looks a little ugly right now, but if I do this, it all disappears. But it's still here, actually. I've just removed the texture in a texture pack, just so we can still look at the factory without it being too ugly. Now, the final thing I want to add here is a giant emerald in the front. And that makes this factory look amazing. Now, there's 2 things left that I need to do. I need to get 2 beacons, and I need to get a villager up in the bed. So let's start with killing 2 withers. Now, the final thing to get this farm working is that I need to bring one of these guys over there. And I think a nether portal is going to be the easiest way. And we actually have a guy up here already. Okay, let's just send this guy off this direction then. Now, first of all, let's set up the portal here. I want to try to add some fences, and I hope this doesn't break the farm. Perfect, got the cords to this portal. Now we just got to head into the nether. And they line up, perfect. And now we push this guy, get in that, and off you go. Perfect. All right, let's block him in here and break the minecart. Go through. There we go. Now, I hope it's nighttime. Oh, it's perfect. Okay. Because while he's sleeping, we can remove the portal and lock him in his forever home. And he's now locked in his forever home right there. Hopefully, yes. It's finally time to see if all the spawn proofing I've done worked out or not. So let's kill this guy. Get the bad omen. Start a raid. Turn the farm on. I forgot to turn it on. I forgot how to. Oh, that's very bad. That is very bad. I should have turned the farm on first. Or have they despawned? I think they despawned because they're out of the raid. Okay, that's good. Okay, the farm should be working now. If I flick this lever here and the one below. But I don't have any bad omen now. I think there's a pillared outpost right north of my base. And yep, here it is. I saw this while I was mining copper earlier. And I just need the tier 1. So 1 banner boy, please. Perfect, and we'll go back. And this time, let's not activate the farm before we turn it on. All right, so we just got to fly high enough not to activate the raid. There we go. We turn that on. Then we turn this on right there. Now we wait. And then we fall down. Activate the raid. Go back up. And I'm going to put on my netherite chest plate just in case. Should see some drop down now. I AFK'd for around 30 minutes, and this is how much emerald I got. That is absolutely amazing. I did, however, have like 2 errors, so I think I've missed some spawn proofing in here. But I'll have to fix that on my own time, because I am all out of time for this episode. But we built up this amazing factory, and we're now over day 900 in this hardcore world. When I started this video, I was at day 750, which means it has taken me over 150 days to complete this video. And this is by far the most time I've spent on a video, so I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.